How you doing? Good morning, Pastor Matt. I want to get the morning devotional out to you. Daniel 6:22 says, "My God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me." Now, you know the story of Daniel in the lion's den. We know that Daniel was a man of integrity. Daniel was a prophet. Daniel was called of God in the midst of a trying circumstance and circumstances of his people, Israel, during the captivity in Babylon, to kind of stand in the gap for God's people and pray for God's people and long for the deliverance of God's people. So while he's in Babylon, remember, he's there for a few decades now, and under King Darius, he was exalted in the kingdom. And his other men that ruled with Daniel, they were his contemporaries, so to speak. They were jealous of Daniel. They were jealous of his relationship with God. They were jealous of the king's favor, Darius's favor toward Daniel. So, you know, they set this scheme up to draw up and drum up laws to get Daniel trapped. And eventually it ends Daniel up in the lion's den. So, you know what happens. Daniel's thrown into the lion's den, and the king, there's nothing the king could do about it. He couldn't even override his own laws at that point in time. What happens? Daniel's safe. He's kind of hanging out with the lions. The next morning, he has a lion pillow. He has a lion blanket. And he's just kind of chilling in there with the lions. The king runs the next day after the king was up all night because he really didn't want Daniel to be killed. And he takes the top of the den off with his men, with his soldiers. He goes, "Daniel, are you alive?" And he goes, "Oh, king, live forever. I'm alive. My God had sent his angel and had shut the mouths of the lions." Now listen, that's a famous story. It talks about the miraculous. It talks about how the Lord sent his angels that we can't see, that Daniel couldn't see. But somehow, some way, those lions were calm. They were tame. We know they were hungry, because what's going to happen in a few verses later is pretty scary and sad. We know his contemporaries, because of what they did to the king and their manipulation, they were thrown into the lion's den. And before they even hit the floor of the den, the lions had torn them up. Now, by way of practical application, what lion's den are you in the midst of today? What are you in the midst of that maybe you've walked into, or maybe you've been thrown into, or maybe somebody else has manipulated you and put you in the middle of a lion's den? Listen, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. If he stopped the mouths of the lions for Daniel, he can stop the mouths of the lions for you. You say it might not be literal lions, but it might be a circumstance at work. It might be a circumstance at home or at school or whatever it is that you feel like you're in the middle of the lion's den and you really don't know which way to turn. Remember, Jesus Christ can send his angels to stop the mouths of the lions and deliver you. He will do that. Lean on him the way Daniel did. Trust in him the way Daniel did. Do not compromise the way Daniel did not compromise. And watch what Jesus will do. He'll send his angels to protect you and shut the mouths of the lions. God bless you.